The MIT Business School helps to build personal brand equity because we are not focused exclusively to academics but believe in holistic nurturing. We are not driven by textbooks but by industry through our Industry Advisory Council and Corporate Resource Center. We are not limited to classroom but extend our reach to global marketplaces through our study abroad program and interaction with global experts. We not only train our students to be job ready, but also encourage them to start their own businesses through our Innovation and Incubation Center. To keep pace with the changes in business environment and prepare our students for Industry 4.0, we have introduced courses on digital marketing and business analytics. The faculty at MIT Business School with qualifications from premier institution focus on teaching methodologies that cater to multiple intelligences and provide a collaborative learning experience. The pedagogy includes simulation games, case studies, industry visits, and experiential learning exercises. I invite aspiring students to join MIT Business School to become future-ready and responsible business leaders.
So that is about me. I would like to start with the today's topic, and which we, as I announced it, it is going to be on managing in a VUCA world, role of budding management professionals. This is a very interesting topic, especially in the current scenario that we all are facing. This webinar itself is the result of this current situation. Otherwise, probably we would have met physically one-to-one in form of a training program, and where I would have talked about all these aspects. So this world is definitely a VUCA world. And what will be the role of budding management professionals in this VUCA world? What kind of skills, abilities they need to develop in order to cope up with the changes and the challenges in the environment? This will be the focus of discussion today. What we'll do is that I'll run through my presentation initially. We'll try to understand that what is the VUCA world, what do I mean by that, what this acronym means. We will also try to understand the challenges and opportunities that are there for management professionals, because I believe in every adversity there is an opportunity. All my students at MIT University Rajasthan would agree that although we faced this adversity where the students had to move back to their own homes and vacate the hostels and discontinue their learning, but as a university we took this adversity as a challenge and we converted into an opportunity, and we started all the online classes. We started working with students remotely, and it helped us to develop new capabilities, new competencies, and not only to us but also to our students, to learn new ways of learning, to learn new ways of collaborating with their colleagues. So there is an opportunity in every adversity. So we'll try to understand that what are these challenges and opportunities, and how the management professionals or the budding management professionals, where I see most of you are, can cope up with this situation. And we'll try to understand what are the strategies to cope up with the changes and how to achieve the path to success. So this will be agenda for the session today. I expect this session to go on for around 45-50 minutes, but I'll be happy to continue with discussion and your queries. I'll do a quick presentation and then I'll take up all the questions. I can see there are a lot of questions coming up from many of the participants who are attending the webinar, and I assure you that all your queries will be answered, and I will address to all your questions. But let me complete with my topic, my presentation, my point of view regarding the VUCA world and the preparations that are required for the budding management professionals. So we will take up the queries. I understand that most of you are interested in knowing about the MIT University Rajasthan's programs also. But before that, let's try to build up a case that why actually we need a management education, how management education is evolving, what different or what new we are doing at MIT University Rajasthan that will help you to cope up with the changes and the challenges of the environment that we are currently faced with. So continuing with the presentation, what is my expectation and what is the methodology? My expectation is I want 100% attention for at least next 25 minutes or so. where I'll be talking about the concepts and the management models. No half-hearted effort, please. And at the same time, I'll try to focus more on practical examples and sharing of experiences to build up a case for a better management in a VUCA world. So here I would like to share a story of the elephant, and the story is like that. Often you would have visited circus during your childhood, and you would have seen that there are big elephants who are very freely moving in and around, and they are very much controlled, they are very much disciplined. But if you find a baby elephant, the baby elephant is generally kept very chained, tied up, sometimes in the cage. Okay. And I always wondered that what is wrong. This baby elephant hardly can do anything wrong, but still the baby elephant is chained, and the bigger elephant who can do devastation in the entire circus is never chained and is in control of the so-called Mahavat. And then I got an answer from an elder person, and he said that the baby elephant still tries, but the bigger elephant has given up. So, dear students, dear participants, I would like all of you to be baby elephant and not the mature elephant who stops learning, who doesn't want to take anything in. We, even those who are not students, who are not aspirants, and still have joined this webinar, I'd like to give an example of the story of the battleship. A battleship was maneuvering in a rough weather in the sea on its routine course, and suddenly, on the starbow arrow where the person sits and sees, ahead, messaged to the captain of the ship that we see a light, and I think it's a ship, and we are on a collision course, right? This captain said that send a message to that ship that move your course 20-degree north, right? He messaged it. Again came the reply from the other side. They said, you move your course 20-degree on the other side. The captain was really furious. Obviously, he was a captain of a battleship. He said that, look, this is captain of the ship speaking. I'm a captain. You better move your course 20-degree north. Again came the reply, I'm a third class, third degree seaman, but I still urge you to change your degrees 20-degree other side. This captain was furious. He said, send the message, we are a battleship. You better change your course. Then came the reply, we are a lighthouse. Now, this story tells us that how rigid we could be when we work in our own silos, when we work within our own organization, when we are too confident that we are one of the best, we have best possible environment, we have best possible marketing, HR, finance, operations team, and we are doing very well. We are the market leader, we are the top brand, and suddenly you are faced with a change in the environment. And if you don't change your course, you will be on a collision course, of course. So that is the expectation from your side. Have a full-hearted participation. I'll be very happy to answer your queries, not only related to the programs that we offer at MET University Rajasthan, but also about your own personal choices, about your own personal aspirations, about your doubts and queries regarding the business environment. And I'll be very happy to share all the experiences. I would like to start the session with a paradox, and I believe when I read this paradox, it's a biblical writing by an author called Bob Moorhead in a book called The Words Aptly Spoken. And when I read this paradox, I find that the situation of now is very much synonymous to the kind of situation probably he envisaged long back, and most of it is true today also. The paradox of our time in history is that we have taller buildings but shorter tempers. We have wider highways but narrower viewpoints. We spend more but have less. We buy more but enjoy it less. We have bigger houses and smaller families, more conveniences but less time. We have more degrees but less sense, more knowledge but less judgment, more medicines but less wellness. We have multiplied our possessions but reduced our values. We talk too much, love too seldom, and hate too often. We have learned how to make a living, but not life. We have added years to life, but not life to years. We have been all the way to moon, but have trouble crossing lane to meet the new neighbor. Of course, not advisable in the lockdown situation. These are times of fast food and slow digestion, tall men and short characters, steep profit and shallow relationships. These are times of world peace but domestic warfare, more leisure but less fun, more kinds of food but less nutrition. These are days of two income but more diverse, of fancier houses but broken homes. It is a time when there is much in show window but nothing in stock room. And I believe the kind of situation that has recently emerged because of the changes in the environment, probably we are forced to rethink on all these paradoxes which we face in our life every day. And that is where a new approach, a new thought process, a new way of managing oneself, and a new way of managing our organizations is required. Look, human mind is like a parachute. So it works only when open. And that's why when I say that I love to have interactive sessions and I'll be very happy to receive a lot of questions and queries from your side, I want you to sit with an open mind. Because if a parachute doesn't open on time, you know what happens. Let's say if it opens after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, what will happen? So same is the case. Be with an open mind in the entire session. Feel free to interact. There might be some limitations because of the online medium, but I believe this is also a wonderful medium because I'm able to reach out to people sitting all over the country. Right across the geography of our country, we have participants from all over, and it's a wonderful feeling that I am having interacting with so many people at the same time. Thank you so much for joining in, and I assure a great learning experience going forward. If you think about the current situation, Gandhiji said the difference between what we are doing and what we are capable of doing would solve most of the world's problem. And as I said, the adversity leads to opportunity. And this is exactly what we have followed at Amity University, Rajasthan, in terms of shifting all our classes to online medium, in terms of interacting remotely with our students, guiding them. We did have our own learning management system already in place, and that's why this change was not that difficult for us because we were already there on most of the online platforms. We have been using blended learning where we used to have the offline and online interactions with our students. So that is what is the requirement. Let's try to understand the VUCA. So this VUCA term was introduced in 1991 by the US Army. And unsurprisingly, today's business environment has changed in a similar way. What do we mean by VUCA? Volatile is characterized by or subject to rapid or unexpected change. And all of you would have observed this volatility in terms of everything you have been watching around for last 1 month, be it the stock market's ups and downs, be it the number of people infected or number of people cured, or the number of people quarantined. There is a lot of volatility. There are a lot of unexpected or rapid changes that have taken place. I believe in last 1 month the world has changed completely. What do we mean by U in this acronym? Uncertain. Uncertain means indefinite, not reliable, not constant, completely unpredictable. So it is not possible for you to forecast anything. Generally, management models rely a lot on time series analysis, your regression modeling to come out with the forecasts for your business, for your sales, for your revenues, for your profitability. The people who operate in the stock markets will come up with their predictions using their technical and fundamental analysis using different models. But when we are faced with this kind of a situation, things become really uncertain and we don't know. Even in terms of stock market, we don't know where the bottom is and when it will rebound. So the environment is very indefinite, not reliable, not constant, completely unpredictable. What do we mean by complexity? The C stands here for complex world, a whole made up of complicated or interrelated parts. So look, if things are very, very linear, if things are very, very stable, if a manager is required to do only one thing in the organization, just go to the organization, uh, announce the production should start, put on the machinery, and just sit back, how easy the world would have been. But as you all know, things are not as simple. Things are complex, because the reason is a management professional or a budding manager like you will be required to cope up with a lot of complexity, because the decisions are never linear here and the standard models will not work. You have to deal with complexity of managing the organization, managing the customers, managing the employees, right? And that's why we call it as a whole made up of complicated or interrelated parts. And when most of these parts do not add up properly, it increases to the complexity, right? As the current situation has led for most of the organization, where most of their plans will not add up to the current situation in the market, and most of their plans will fail. So what happens next? Ambiguous. The last word in the VUCA is doubtful or uncertain, capable of being understood in two or more possible senses or ways. So there's a lot of ambiguity, there is a lot of doubt, there is a lot of uncertainty. You can always understand it in two or more possible senses. The way I talked about the paradox, as you can see, when we say something as a paradox, it could be that side or this side, right? Even in media, you will find one day might be a news that, okay, milk is very good for health. The other day there might be a news that, okay, there are a lot of side effects of milk also. Same you will find about coffee, same you will find about chocolates, same you will find about using video games and online screens. So once I read that WHO said that these gadgets and these video games are like addiction for today's youth, right? So they release the same kind of chemicals in the brain, which are generally released maybe with the effect of certain drugs and all. And now the same WHO will say the best way for a kid is to stay at home and read online, attend seminars, attend presentations. There is a lot of ambiguity, and you don't know that what is right, what is wrong. So, doubtful, uncertain, capable of being understood in two or more possible senses or ways. So, this is what we understand by the VUCA world. I believe all these four characterize the current situation in the market. But then there is also VUCA 2.0, and there's very senior fellow at Harvard Business School, Bill George. He has also written some very interesting books on how to deal with VUCA, and he calls VUCA 2.0 and gives a completely new meaning to this acronym. And the meaning is vision, understanding, courage, and adaptability. And I believe the best way to cope up with the earlier VUCA is this VUCA, which is ability to have a vision for your organization, understanding of the environment, courage to take hard decisions, and adaptability to change as per the environment, because most of the plans will become redundant by the time these plans will be approved. And what it takes is the adaptability or the flexibility of yourself and your organization to change as per the environment. So this is what I wanted to say about the VUCA maybe 1.0 and the VUCA 2.0. Moving forward, to understand better the vision, understanding, courage, and adaptability, what is required for today's business leader is they need the ability to see through the chaos, to have a clear vision for their organization. There is a lot of haze. There is no visibility. You can't see, how your organization will move forward. 10 days down the line, forget about 10 years. And if you are able to have a clarity of vision, a clarity of thought, you know that these are the short-term changes in the environment, the long-term sustainability will always remain. Right? These are short-term business cycles. Every business cycle will have, uh, you know, pros and crests. So you have ups and downs in business. Things will stabilize, but then once things will stabilize, how you will move forward. So vision is very important. Understanding. With their vision in hand, leaders need in-depth understanding of their organization's capabilities and strategies to take advantage of rapidly changing circumstances by playing to their strength while minimizing their weaknesses. Look, unless until you are tracking the environment very well, you will not be able to utilize on their strength. I would like to quote our own example. We are so happy that we launched last year only a specialization in our MBA program, which we call as digital marketing and customer analytics. Now, just realize, because of the changing business environment, how relevant it is going to be for today's management professional, because 80% of the jobs, for example, in current circumstances, even by marketing and sales professional, is being done remotely. So if you don't have those digital marketing capabilities, if you don't have the customer analytics capabilities, if you don't understand that how people react online, how they purchase online, how they react to social media marketing, how you can optimize the search engines to place your product in front of the customers or make it their top of the mind recall, you will not be able to cope up with the changes. The third thing which is required in this VUCA world is courage. Now, more than ever, leaders need courage to step up these challenges and make audacious decisions that nobody risks and often go against the grain. This era belongs to the bold, not the meek and timid. So, what you need is a courageous leader. And I think I can appreciate at this point of time the leadership of our country as well as our state, where they were very, very proactive in terms of taking hard decisions, tough decisions. 21 days lockdown could be a disaster for economy, a disaster for business, but still, as the Honorable Prime Minister said, that these 20 days, if we don't follow the lockdown properly, it may take us 21 years behind. So a right decision at the right time, whether this decision will be successful or not, that only time will tell. But at least someone had courage to take right decision at the right time. Even at MET University, Rajasthan, I'm very, very thankful to our leadership. They already equipped all of us, all the faculty members, all the members of the leadership team to operate remotely and operate through online platforms, because we have been a very tech savvy organization from day one. We are the first one to launch the online university uh, in India, allowed to offer degrees on online platform. We had distance education, but the online university, we are the first one. So we have been a tech savvy organization. We had our student interactive platform and learning management system, which we called as Amazon, where each and every student was able to access all the details about their classes, about their attendance, about important circulars, notices, everything. Even the feedback to the faculty can be given through this portal, which we call as Amazon, and this was available on their Palm Top also in terms of the mobile app. So it requires courage, vision, and understanding to operate in a VUCA world. And I'm very happy to share that we have been able to cope up with these environmental changes, and we have come out very, very successful in launching, being first in terms of introducing the online classes. Even before the lockdown was announced, we anticipated that this kind of a situation may emerge, and we guided our students to take up the online learning. So this is what courage means: adaptability. The fourth alphabet in the acronym, which we call as, if there were a need for leader to be flexible and adapting to this rapidly changing environment, this is it. You can't be rigid and stick to what you said. No, because as a leader, I said this before 5 days. No, I'll stick to it. No, this is not the time to prove yourself. This is time to prove your leadership abilities and steer the organization through the rough weather. And that's why adaptability means long range plans will often be obsolete by the time they are approved. Adaptability means you will have to make plan every day, execute it every day, review it at the end of the day, and come up with a new and better solution or an improvisation to the plan that you made. So this is what VUCA means to me. VUCA 1 also and VUCA 2 also, based on the advice of some of the experts that I have referred to in the sources mentioned. These are some of my points. Professionals, or now, what are the takeaways for us as management professionals or as individuals? Professionals are always against the tide. So increasing work pressure not only brings stress but also fatigue that negatively affects performance. Just understand or realize the situation of any management professional as of now working in any organization. Number one, managing a remote team, 200, 300, 500,000 people, sometimes 10,000 people, managing them remotely, right? It brings a lot of work pressure, it brings a lot of stress, it brings fatigue. Uh, but there are growth opportunities which are immense, but only those willing to ride the wave at times find themselves lacking in terms of skills and abilities to cope up with the changes. Now, let's say if 50% of my staff would have come up with an excuse that no, we don't understand online learning, we don't understand online teaching platforms, we don't understand LMS, it would have been impossible for me to operate. But fortunately, all our faculty members, all our support staff, they were well versed, they were well trained, and within a matter of few hours, everything was up and running in our organization, though remotely from their homes itself. So a fresh perspective is required regarding recent managerial approaches to manage and excel. And the transition process will be smooth and fruitful if you are capable to embrace the change and adopt it. So it is the time to change. It is the time to have transition. What is required is you need now skills to distinct or extend, right? There is no other way out. And how you become distinct is by adopting right skills. So there was a study conducted where several thousand managers were interviewed to find out the skills that most effective managers possess. And these skills included: number one, verbal communication, including listening. Today, I add to it digital communication, including ability to manage remote teams. The second skill that was given was managing time and stress. I believe managing time and this stressful situation, the current situation is the best situation. You are able to manage everything. On one side, it could be a challenge, but on the other side, you have a lot of time, lot of opportunities. You should be able to come up with best of the possible assignments. This is time to read, reflect, and realign yourself with the changes in the environment and prepare yourself to meet the challenges of the corporate world when you get the opportunity to do so. You have to manage individual decisions. You should have ability to take decisions, and we have seen the role of decision making, the right decision making, where people have taken decision at right time, and the countries where people have not taken decisions at the right time. You can understand that. So there are a lot of management lessons from the environment itself. So yes, one of the ability is managing individual decisions. The next one is recognizing, defining, and solving problems. You should be able to understand that there is a problem. And once you start working on solving this problem, you will come up with novel solutions. And this is the thought process behind design thinking and creativity. And in all our programs at MET Business School, especially the management and commerce programs, we focus a lot on design thinking and creativity. We do a lot of case studies, we do a lot of simulation exercises whereby students are given real life practical situations and they have to operate and wait their way in that tricky situation, and that helps them and prepares them. And there's no surprise that in this situation they were very quick in terms of adapting to the change, adapted to the online learning, and they started doing wonderful assignments and started completing their courses. A leader or an effective manager also need to have an ability to motivate and influence others. Just imagine this situation. What kind of morale would be there with people who are secluded and confined to the four walls of their houses now? Still they have to operate. It's kind of a helpless situation. But if a leader is able to keep them motivated, is able to influence others by giving example, by leading by example, uh, in my organization, the entire leadership team led by examples, by themselves learning all the requirements for online teaching, learning, using learning management systems, and they set an example for all the colleagues and all the faculty members, and where everyone could do that. Delegating is also very very important, and in these times of remote working, work from home situations, delegation, the best way is to define the KRAs and KPIs of each and every member of your organization. Take report on a daily basis. You will have to write a lot. Other the first one, which says verbal communication, now it will be more of written communication, it will be more of information notices, because everything has to be exchanged in a written form. Then only there will be clarity, and there will not be any ambiguity. An effective manager should be able to set goals and articulate a vision. So we have, as a manager, you should be able to visualize things 5 year, 10 year down the line, set your goals. You should be articulate enough to tell to your organization that where you see your organization 5 year, 10 year down the line. An effective manager also need to be self-aware, need to know one's own strengths, one's own weaknesses. The effective manager need to have team building skills. Just imagine that if you are in current situation and working in an organization, if your team is not supporting you, it is almost impossible for you to work. And that's why having a good team, build a good team, motivate the team is required. And when there is an organization, when four people working, there is bound to have some kind of conflicts, but there should be healthy discussion, there should be healthy debate, and you should be able to manage the conflicts in the organization. So these were some of the skills which I'll suggest to all the budding management professionals. The modifications required in a VUCA world is, in terms of communication, more focus on digital communication. In terms of managing skills, more focus on managing remote teams, more focus on written instructions and written reporting. In terms of identifying the problems, the grassroots level problems, and solving the problems. If someone is not able to operate properly, giving right instructions. So these are some of the changes which are required in the skills in the wake of VUCA world. And at the same time, since we are operating in a VUCA world, you should be ready to reward excellent failures, but punish mediocre success. Because if you operate by mediocrity and don't take any risk, you don't experiment, you will not emerge as a winner in this competitive world. So what is required is, let your people take risk, let them fail, and let them learn. And when you start rewarding failures because they add to the learning, your organization will become successful over a period of time. So all these essential skills, broadly you can see, we can classify into three categories: personal skills, interpersonal skills, and group skills. So as an individual, as a manager, as a budding management professional, we need to start working on developing self-awareness, managing stress, and solving problem creatively. And that is where in our MBA program, in our BBA, BCom programs, what we do is we focus on a lot of case studies and application oriented exercises and simulations, so that every student learns these kind of skills and they develop their own self awareness in terms of their own strength, weaknesses. They should be able to manage and cope up with the stress. Especially a program like MBA is a very rigorous program. You study around 32 courses in a span of 2 years. And most of these courses are from different domains, ranging from marketing, operations, finance, HR, stock markets, banking, treasury management, whatnot. Organizational behavior, team building, training and development, compensation management, so many courses. Now, by going through the program itself, you develop the skills to manage and cope up with the pressure or the stress that you will face in the organization, and to solve, come up with creative solutions to the problem. In terms of interpersonal skills, the focus areas would be developing skills for managing conflicts, because generally two people or more than that will have conflicts, motivating others, motivating your teams, communicating supportively. There might be certain issues, certain problems, people not able to perform. You should be able to objectively evaluate their performance, give right guidance, give right solution, and help them to improve performance. And gaining power and influence, because in the VUCA world you'll be required to take courageous and bold decisions, and unless until you have that power and influence in the organization, you'll not be able to take tough decisions. At group level, the areas for skill improvement identified are empowering and delegating, leading positive change, and building effective teams. So this is how, where this is where I sum up in terms of our understanding of the VUCA world. We try to understand the volatility, uncertainty, complex and ambiguity that we face in the environment, right? We also talked about vision, understanding current, in order to face the face the VUCA environment. Then we focused on what kind of skills at personal, interpersonal, and group level these budding managers need to develop in order to be successful in this VUCA world. There are a lot of common attitude spoilers these days. Any of these things, change the way we operate, the way our mindset is, the way we work, the way we have our own effectiveness in our working. It could be a bad news, a minor accident, a flu, not getting your way, visiting someone you don't want to, not feeling light, standing in queue. So if you see, most of these things are happening today because of the environment. But what we need to do is we need to tackle all this situation with a very positive attitude. We need to, I call it as, we need to give a positive stroke to ourselves. We need to have a lot of self affirmations and self positive self talks. All of you would have seen this movie, and this is called as All Is Well. So if you are able to reassure yourself that everything is well, everything is going to be all right, positive talk matters a lot. When you think positive, you spread positivity around you. When you spread positive around you, the efficiency of everyone working around you improves. So there is a last example that I would like to quote in this slide, and this example says that two kids were playing in a garden and their parents were sitting there on a bench, and suddenly it so happened that both these kids they climbed a tree, and there was a heavy gush of wind. Now one of the parent shouted, right, don't fall, dekho tum gir jaoge. And it actually happened that the kid fell down, because in order to process that information, the kid was required to visualize that I can fall down, I can fall, and it happened. On the other side, one more parent shouted, hold it tight, you will not fall. And it actually happened, because the instruction or the message was very, very positive and clear, that you will not fall down, you will not fall, just hold it tight. And that is what the difference between a positive self-talk and affirmative self-talk is. In a situation that we face today, these kind of positive talks are very, very important. We need to look at material things that's replaceable. right? A short-term loss in business, a short-term decrease in your share market portfolio, a short-term reduction in your marks in terms of assignment, not able to join the class. These are all material things, are replaceable. Can you can make up for these, but the learning that you will have will be immense. You can also adopt to personal meditation. I'm so happy to share some of my colleagues and my students already might be knowing that at MET University, we at the group level we have started with online yoga and pranayam classes in the morning, because all of us are at home. We are using distance meeting video conferencing platforms, and through that everyone early in the morning, not too early, at 8 o'clock we are meeting every day and doing yoga and meditation and pranayams. So there are ways to keep ourselves upbeat and positive. For a management professional, most of you being budding management professional, these things are very very important. Taking a walk, if you cannot go for a walk outside because of the lockdown, do walk within your home also. You can simply stand at your place and do a march past standing there, and that also will help you to keep your body fit. You should play with kids. That's a great stress reliever. You should have a lot of enjoyment and fun in life. This is a time, complete all the books that you had in your wish list, and that will add to your knowledge and wisdom. Do watch some movies, do watch some online web series. Definitely you should keep yourself entertained, positive, and at the same time learn a lot. Helping others, being kind, this is a situation where even our neighbors and people around us will need a lot of support. Celebrate small success. If you are able to complete one online class, be happy. I did one more chapter today, I did one more assignment today, I completed one more wish list book today, and I watched one more new movie today. Celebrate even small success, enjoy what you do, and listen to a lot of inspirational, motivational, and educational videos. There are a lot of good videos available on YouTube, and definitely you should go to it. I'll not give a specific name, but there are many good spiritual leaders that we have in our country, and you can listen to any one of them, and they all spread a lot of positivity around us. I'll end with the history of world is the history of few people who had faith in themselves, said by Swami Vivekanand. Have faith and trust in yourself, and I'm sure things are going to be very very positive. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall, said Nelson Mandela. And I'm sure we'll be able to cope up with this tough situation, tough time. Markets are going to improve, no doubt about it, right? And we have, all of you have a very very bright future. Success is 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration. I'm giving that 10% inspiration today. You will have to work hard to achieve that 95, that remaining 90% perspiration. One way could be to join most of our management programs. It could be BBA, BCom, and MBA at MET University, Rajasthan. Then we'll make sure that you have right guidance, right abilities. We will give you a lot of cash, and this is not the pink or the green colored cash. We will give you knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits to be successful in this VUCA world. If you want to be successful, it's just this simple. Know what you are doing, love what you are doing, and believe in what you are doing, said by Bill Rogers. So I end the presentation with this, and I would like to take up your questions now. Fine, I'll take the first question is by Mr. Ritesh, and he wants to know, please tell something about generalism. What is future is on this, and how can MET help me? Definitely, this is not generalism, my dear. This is journalism, right? And there is a very bright future. As you can see, the media consumption has gone up like anything. But it is not only that the job that you do in the organization, working as a reporter or a journalist. There are a lot of marketing, advertising, sales, HR, finance functions which are available in these organizations, and you can very well take up any of these. And for that you can do even a general commerce or management program. For example, at MET Business School we have our BBA, BCom, which is integrated with ACCA, and program which is postgraduate program MBA. We do have PhD programs in management and commerce also. The next question is, do MBA but I have a doubt, how should I go by doing BBA or by giving cat paper? Yes, you can give any of the state level or a national level entrance examination, and these scores will be acceptable to us. And our MBA program is very modern, very updated. There are a lot of possibilities to do specializations. We have 6 specializations available in our MBA program: marketing and sales, finance, HR, international business, agribusiness, and the latest one, digital marketing and customer analytics. So these are the options which are available to you. The next question is by what is better, BCom or BBA? Good question. This doubt is there with most of the 12th class students, especially those who are in commerce. Let me tell you, number one, management domain is open to the students of all the domains. So it's not necessary that if you have done 12th with commerce only or
specific field, then only you can, student of any stream can join BBA or BCom program. The focus is slightly different in these two programs. A BCom program focuses more on the accounting and the auditing and the taxation side, but a BBA program focuses more on developing the general management skills, which includes not only the finance, accounting, but also marketing, HR, productions, operations. So these are some of these uh, differences. It's personal choice also. If you want to go for BCom program, we have an excellent opportunity now. We have tied up with ACCA, which is an international CA kind of a qualification, recognized internationally. And along with our BBA program, if you join that, you get exemptions in 6 papers, and then you directly can give the exam of ACCA by appearing in the remaining 7 papers, and you can get double qualifications. One is the BCom degree, which again is as per the latest curriculum. The reason you get exemption is our BCom curriculum is so modern and updated that they allow or consider our BCom courses also equivalent to some of their courses of ACCA. So that is why you get exemptions, and you can do BCom program along with ACCA. Even for BBA program, we have a value addition in terms of CMA, which is the Chartered Management Accountant qualification, which you can acquire. Okay, the next question is, what is going to be the business challenges after this corona episode and how to prepare for that? Gyanendra ji, you asked this question, a very good question, but I believe in my entire session, I answered to this query only, and by now all your queries would have uh, got satisfied or sorted out, because I did talk about the business environment. I did talk about the solutions and how we can prepare for the VUCA world. This VUCA world is basically a result of the episode like Corona that we have seen. Still, if you have any further query or a specific question, please feel free to type your question and I'll be happy to take up again. The next question is, fine, what is management and it is good for our life? Very good question. So I believe management is the ability is the domain, is the function that helps you to plan, organize, staff, control, lead, direct people in your organization. Definitely, we don't only need management to manage our organizations, but we need management also to manage ourselves. So a very good point raised by you, that it is good for our life also. And if you have attended my session, as you can see, I
I have started my session with the paradox of our life and not the paradox of business.
because the reason is I believe management skills are required for self development also, not only to develop and grow your organization. Okay, this question seems incomplete. It is talking about, it is writing only from marketing. Okay, Alok Sharma, same. So fine, and it is good for our life from marketing. Yes, yes, yes. There is a lot of potential for people who want to go into marketing with a MBA program or a BBA program, and you can definitely go ahead with that. The next question talks about BA Economics honors. Yes, BA Economics is also a very, very specialized and a focused programs. As you can see, that most of the analysis that you see today in the business world are given by economists, because it is job of an economist to understand the business environment and convert it into implications for the business. So BA Economics has a lot of potential, a lot of research and analysis applications, and a very bright future in terms of doing your masters and PhD also in the economics later on. BA Economics students are very much required in terms of preparing for public policy these days. So definitely you can go into that.
Okay, so I'll take up the next question. The next question is, if I join an MBA college
And fee of MBA colleges are around 8 to 10 lakh per annum, what, according to current marketing situation, what are the opportunities and future? Yes, you're right. On an average, the fees of good management institutions are in that range. But although we are not that expensive, let me put it that way, in terms of the fee
structure, and the reason is, for good students, we have a lot of scholarships available.
And with these scholarships you can reduce your fee burden to a great extent. The kind of salary packages that we have seen in last few years range from around 4 lakh to 12 lakh rupees per annum, which means practically in a year's time it is possible for you to recover your entire investment on the MBA program. MBA
Is a very, very useful and a very, very rigorous program, needs a lot of dedication and effort,
but at the same time rewards are really fulfilling. The next question is, how do you manage in a VUCA world, or how do you face VUCA in your current job? Yes, very good question.
And I can see this question was asked recently. I'm not sure whether you attended my session. Quite often I have given the example
that how MET University Rajasthan was able to cope up with the challenges that were faced because of the current situation, how we adopted to online learning, how we utilized technology platforms, how we are utilizing our learning management systems, how we are managing remote teams
as an organization
or as an organization leader. As the pro vice chancellor of the university, I'm in constant touch with my entire leadership team, where we have regular video conferencing meetings almost every day. We are able to share our experiences, we are able to guide our
peers and colleagues to cope up with the changes in the environment.
And I believe the entire organization is very well up and running despite so many limitations and constraints in the environment. So this in itself could be a case study of managing in a VUCA world, and this is how we as an organization have managed it uh, at our place. Okay, the next question is, I'm an advocate by profession. I'm a bit confused that how MBA may give my career support. Please suggest. Yes, definitely, there is requirement for a lot of people in corporate law domain. And if you have a management qualification in addition to your law qualification, there is a lot of potential to work in organizations. Especially you can work with organizations in the area of IPR, the patents, the trademarks, the copyrights, help them to protect their innovations, help them to protect their brands. So there is a lot of work that you can do if you do have proper understanding of the management domain in addition to your qualification as an advocate or a law graduate. Okay. The next question is, what is MBA three continent program? MET being a very global group, excuse me, MET being a global organization with multiple campuses overseas, it is possible for a student to go for a semester abroad program or a study abroad program for specific durations to different campuses of MET, which practically means you can go to different continents and study the same program, continue with the same program, learning in three different continents at three different campuses of MET University during your entire program. So we had students who have practically gone every year outside for 3 months duration and completed this three continent program. We have this option available not only in MBA but in BBA or in BCom also. Okay, again, Mr. Vijay, who is the advocate, he asked that LLM will be okay. If you do LLM, it is good, no doubt about it, but still you will not have that diverse understanding of the world of business as you can have by doing a specialized MBA program. The career opportunities will be much more after an MBA as compared to an LLM program. And in terms of opportunity, not only in terms of opportunities, but also it is possible that your efficiency will be much better because the kind of outlook and the kind of understanding you will develop of the business world after an MBA program will be much better as compared to a domain specific program. Okay. Next is the query from Priyanka. Got selected in MIT University, pay my full registration so I can pay part fee. Yes, that option has already been implemented. You please get in touch with the admissions team and they will guide you. Okay, next is, apart from doing BBA, what other skills should I acquire to get good placement? As we said, that we always believe in helping our students develop multiple skill sets, and that's why we provide them options of doing extra certifications, extra qualifications, in terms of doing ACCA, in terms of doing CMA. Students can also go for some special electives and special courses on digital marketing. I must share here that at MIT University, Rajasthan, we have a very unique system where we offer minor tracks to every student. What it means is that whichever program you are doing, you can pick up certain courses which are not part of that program and learn them add on to earn an additional certificate or a minor track. What it gives you is a dual specialization. So despite doing the MBA, BBA program and learning about management, let's say if you are interested in journalism, you can take up certain courses of journalism. So there are skills which needs to be acquired. One more feature that I would like to share here is that for every student at MIT University Rajasthan, it is mandatory for them to take up one language, additional language. So it is a compulsory foreign language for them we give 4 options in terms of French, German, Spanish, and Chinese, Mandarin. And you can pick up any one language skills. The idea is to add to the skills that otherwise they will acquire through their BBA program. So you can get a minor track, you can get, you get in fact a new language that you learn. We have compulsory courses on behavioral skills. We call them as value added courses. So we do train and our students on behavioral skills, and we do train our students on communication skills, because these skills are very, very important in this world. So there are, if you do all this, if you do our BBA program, in fact, no further additions required, but there is no end to learning and there is no end to value additions. There are many other options available. But even if you do our simple plain BBA, you will be able to learn a new foreign language. You'll be able to get a minor track certificate. You will you will acquire good communications and presentation and behavioral skills. So these are the options available in our BBA program. Do we need excellence or better in math for BCom? Not necessary, right? You just need to commit yourself and work hard, and we will help you to cope up with the related courses. Mathematics is part of the program. There are certain courses on business mathematics and operations which are numerical in nature, but at the same time, we have got very good faculty who will support you for all your doubts and queries in you know doing away with this the math phobia which is there with most of these students. What is BBA in aviation program? I'm sorry, we don't have this BBA aviation program as of now. Okay, next is okay, MET Jaipur is better or MET Noida? Both are equally good. We are part of the same good institution. We have most of our systems, procedures, our learning management systems almost similar. The curriculum is almost similar. It's only the change of location. Both are equally good, and you can offer any of the option. If you come at Jaipur campus, you get a 150-acre green campus with excellent sports facilities in terms of a cricket field, a football ground. We have a mini golf course. We have horse riding, shooting. I must tell you, we have compulsory military training also. What it means is every student who is pursuing any course at our university need to compulsorily attend a 7 days military training camp. And what happens in this military training camps is they live life of a military person for 7 days. They go to a camp. They have a lot of physical activities, a lot of exercises, rope climbing, wall climbing, very shooting, lot of activities. And the idea is to not only make them very strong intellectually, but also to make them strong physically and morally, because that life of military person for 7 days instill a lot of discipline, lot of camaraderie, lot of team spirit amongst the student. Okay, can I pursue MBA after BCom in marketing? Yes, you can, definitely. The next question is, according to you, what will be the market situation? Look, the world is not going to end. We have faced similar kind of challenges earlier also. The intensity this time is unprecedented, no doubt about it. But at the same time, the world will be back to normal very soon. There is a bright future ahead. Have a lot of positivity in your mind. Develop the skills that are required to cope up with the challenges in the new world, and I'm sure you will be successful. So this is where I end with all the queries, I believe. And thank you so much for attending this session. It was really a pleasure interacting and responding to your queries. I'll encourage all of you to visit our university website to know more about the details of the program. Feel free to get in touch with the email IDs which are given here in terms of MA admissions, jpr@met.edu, and feel free to write on it to connect with our admissions team, and they'll help you, they'll guide you through the entire admissions process. Thank you so much.